Chapter 796. A Bad French Teacher. Captain Underpants and Team Loud Phoenix Storm and the terrifying perilous misfortune of the TP. Mummy. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. At a crappy apartment complex in Baltimore, Maryland lived Julie Martin's parents. Baltimore is the most dangerous city in the country. They were very miserable because they lived in a nightmare lifestyle. They were right now being conned out of their money by the ruthless Maurice Skaggs. But little did they know that he is the notorious serial killer, the CTK killer that's wanted by the FBI in 20 states. Maurice Skaggs, time to pay up. Mrs. Martin, we don't have the money. Maurice Skaggs, you pay me or I'll kill you. Then a window smashed and in came Proto Man. Mr. Martin, Proto Man. Proto Man, so, you like conning people out of their money, right? Maurice Skaggs, what are you going to do about it? Call the cops? Proto Man grins as sirens are heard. I just did. Then the SWAT team bursted in and Julie Martin came in and she froze Maurice Skaggs' hands in solid ice. Julie Martin, you are under arrest, Skaggs. Mrs. Martin, Julie, why are you wearing new clothes? G1 cliff jumper, can you believe she got them after Horrorland? Me, and we got them for her. Nico, Maurice Skaggs, you have failed this world. Mr. Martin, wow. Team Loud Phoenix Storm. Me, that's right. It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. and Mrs. Martin. Mrs. Martin, why did you arrest our landlord? Me, I'm afraid it's worse than what you think, Mrs. Martin. I pulled out a wanted flyer and showed it to them and it said that Maurice Skaggs is the ruthless and notorious CTK killer. Wanted by the FBI for the murders of 50 people in 20 states. They were after him for 10 years. Mr. Martin, my God. We've had a serial killer as our landlord? Mrs. Martin, thank you all for saving us. Julie Martin, Mom, Dad, I'm glad we got here in time. But not only that, but here's the reason why my clothes are different. Julie explained everything. Mr. Martin, I'm just glad that the evil camera is destroyed now. Lucy Loud, destroying it was easy. It was defeating its accomplices that was the real problem. Me, yeah. And it was awful. I went up to Maurice Skaggs. Me, you are nothing more than a fucked up monster. You are a worthless piece of fucking shit. Maurice Skaggs, I will kill you for this. I spit on his face. Me, people like you make me sick. You are an absolute fucking monster. I can't wait to see them kill you. Get him out of here. They took him away. We told Mr. and Mrs. Martin about what happened and how Julie Martin was in good hands. They were so glad she was all right. We got them out of that crappy building and into the estate where they will stay in our protection. Maurice Skaggs went on trial for 50 counts of murder in 20 states and he was convicted and sentenced to death. He committed the murders in Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, North and South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee, Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, Arizona, California, Missouri, Idaho, Oregon, and Utah. It was over half of the states that have the death penalty. He was executed in Maryland. Maurice Skaggs was the devil incarnate and he was a true psychopathic homicidal monster. His image was completely destroyed by the entire country and he was described as a true example of a monster of level 22 on steroids. Lainey Loud called Maurice Skaggs one of the most prolific serial killers in the country. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Later back at home we were in the middle of the city for the annual French Art and Food Festival, one of Lainey's favorite events to go to. It was an awesome festival loaded with people from France and every year they come to show the art and culture of France. It's a magnificent time for us. We get to see all kinds of awesome things. Me, this is so amazing. Lainey, it sure is. I love coming to the French festival. Lincoln, it's an amazing place. Sakura Avalon, I love learning so much about France and different parts of the world. Me, we've been all over the planet and learned so much about it. Lincoln, Yet. It's amazing. Maria, it's a shame that Katie, Trip, and Lucas couldn't stay. Wes, don't get me wrong. It was good seeing them again. But it's understandable that they have unfinished business in the year 3000. Jen Scotts, for now, I'm just happy to be here with you, Wes. William, well, at least we can still call them if we need their help. Me, that's true. Nico, it was cool getting to meet your teammates from the year 3000, Wes. Wes, thanks Nico. We then saw all kinds of beautiful flowers and flower petals rain down. Me, wow. What a beautiful amount of flowers. Then I sensed a cloud card in the area. Me, I sense a cloud card. Sakura Avalon, I sense it too. Me, let's see where it is. Me and Lainey flew up into the air and we saw a pink ball of light on the roof of one of the buildings in the city. We got closer and we saw that it was a beautiful cloud card. It was the flower card. Flower appears as a playful, young woman in a fluffy, coupe skirt with baggy pants underneath. Her hair is dressed in signature, corkscrew pigtails. A floral symbol appears on her forehead and chest and flowers dangle from both of her ears. She also wears corsages on both her wrists and ankles. Lainey, wow. Me, the flower card. She's beautiful. Lainey, I think this is the prettiest cloud card of them all. Me, she sure is. Kuro appeared. Kuro, oh yeah. The flower card is a very gentle and fun-loving spirit. She likes to appear at parties and celebrations and stuff and she likes to spread her flowers all over. Me, wow. She has a very strong sense of brightening up places. Lainey, I'll say. The flower card then took my hands and I was dancing with her. Me, wow. You are quite the dancer. I was dancing with the flower card and she was a beautiful dancer. She was very graceful and very talented. I did a great dance. Me, thanks for the dance. Now you need to go home. Return to your power confined. I held out my hand and formed an energy card and the flower card got sucked into it and was a card. I had the flower card in my hand. I signed my name on it. Lainey, that was awesome. Me, thanks Lainey. We went back down to the festival and continued enjoying the fair. We were having all kinds of fun. Lainey, this is so much fun. Lincoln, it sure is. Mr. Krupp, I love learning about the French. French accent, we shall see how long it lasts. We turned and we saw former French teacher of Jerome Horwitz Elementary School, MS. YEWH. Yehol, hello, Monsieur Krupp. Mr. Krupp, Ms. Yehol? What are you doing here? Yehol, for revenge. Mr. Krupp, you are nuts. Yehol, you abandoned us, Krupp. But you can still willingly rejoin us. Me, the day he rejoins you is the day he farts nerve gas. So go fuck yourself. Yehol, no one talks that way to me. She fired a collar and it snapped onto Lola. Lola, what kind of collar is this? Yehol, the kind that nullifies your powers. I broke it off. Harold, in retrospect, you should have gotten JD with that collar. Me, not helping Harold. My dark orb detector beeped and it found a dark orb on Mrs. Yehol. Me, you have a dark orb on you. Ms. Yehol, that's right and I can do this. She fired a beam of darkness and the sewer manhole covers exploded out and out came tons of raw sewage and they formed into minions made of raw sewage and rotten toilet paper. Me, oh this is disgusting. Lana, cool. Lola, you. You lady have no class. Number 4, and I thought Toilet Nater was bad. Nico, Ms. Yehol, you have failed this world. George Beard, Mr. Krupp. Mr. Krupp, ready boys. George snapped his fingers and Mr. Krupp turned into the Underpants Crusader, Captain Underpants. Captain Underpants, tra-la-la. Me, let's take this sewage freak down. We went at Mizzy Hole and the sewage minions. I punched a raw sewage minion and it was disgusting. But I defeated it. Me? You yuck. Remind me to take a really good shower when we get back. I fired a blast of fire and blew some of the minions apart. Mr. Krupp fired a massive blast of super fart gas and he made Mizzy Hole hurl her guts out. Chloe, Joan, Bebe, Cammy, and Sham then went street shark. Their upper bodies grew and their shirts were tight and they started to rip and they transformed into their shark forms. They punched and smashed and slashed and blasted the minions into dust. Lucy Loud, you and your minions are never gonna be welcome here. Lucy kicked Mizzy Hole in the face and fired a massive blast of black lightning at her eyes. Lucy Loud, let fear consume you completely. Lucy's black lightning made Mizzy Hole see what she was terrified of the most, toilets. Lainey tied up Mizzy Hole in plants and slammed her into the ground. Lola fired a massive blast of fire and burned her minions and burned Mizzy Hole in her face. Julie Martin fired a massive blast of ice and froze the minions and shattered them. She kicked a bunch of minions all over and shattered them all over the place. Mrs. Martin, wow. What has happened to you, Julie? Julie Martin, let's just say that JD and everyone have given me an awesome and powerful sense of helping people and saving their lives. Mr. Martin, I believe it. Ben, time for some hero power. Ben turned into Snarrow. Ben, Snarrow. Starfire, he turned into a Thep Kuffin. Blackfire, very amazing race. Snarrow wrapped numerous minions in his bandages and slammed them into the ground with devastating force. Lincoln fired a massive blast of lightning and electrocuted some of the minions and Earth fired a massive glob of earth and melted them as well. Lincoln, you guys are really starting to curdle my stomach. Earth, mine too. Lori, you literally disgust me, you hole. Lainey, I agree. You are an absolute disgrace to the French culture. You are no French citizen. Lainey punched her in the face and kicked her in the chest and stomach and punched her in the face and knocked out some of her teeth. Me, let me show you the power of the Quasar Saber. I unsheathed my Quasar Saber and the blade was energized with a powerful purple glow. The energy and power of the stars was flowing through it and I slashed numerous minions and they exploded into a massive explosion of purple fire and stardust. Crab I am. Me, that's not all. I pulled out my trans dagger and turned it into the Omega Spear. Me, Omega Spear. I slashed and blasted the minions into fiery stardust. I was facing Mizzy Hole. Me, you brought all this on yourself, Mizzy Hole. I feel sorry for you. Mizzy Hole, I'm sure you do. Soon you all will be dead. The war is gonna end and evil will win. And when I kill you, I will save this world from your evil. Me, amazing. You are fucked up to the core. Every word of what you just said is wrong. This war is just beginning and I will not let everything you said happen. Mizzy Hole, I'll destroy you and everyone you love. You make me sick. I hate your fucking guts. Our auras flared up with incredible intensity. Me, your hatred blinds you and it only makes us more powerful. Nico, you are a monster, Mizzy Hole. Lincoln, you have no soul and no conscience. George Beard, you will die like the rest. Mizzy Hole, you will die with the rest of the week. Me, you will be the one that dies. Everyone has a right to live and protect the people we care about and that's something a warped freak like you can never understand. Combo and final smash time. Proto Man, you got it, JD. Earth Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into his right arm and it enhanced his Proto Blaster 100-fold. Frenzy, this is gonna be awesome. Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into his back and it enhanced his Sonic Blast drums 100-fold. Proto Man and Frenzy, Atomic Sonic Burst. Proto Man fired his Proto Blaster and Frenzy fired a powerful Sonic Blast and the blasts combined and they slammed into Mizzy Hole and exploded. Crab Lucy Loud, you will know what true fear is like. Earth Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into Lucy Loud's right arm device and it enhanced Lucy's Black Lightning powers 100-fold. Cliff Jumper. Time for action. Cyber Key Power. The Earth Cyber Planet Key went into his back and it enhanced his Glass Gas Blaster 100-fold. G1 Cliff Jumper and Lucy Loud. Fear Lightning Shrapnel Storm. Cliff Jumper fired a powerful blast of glass gas and Lucy Loud fired a massive blast of blast lightning, and the blasts combined and turned into a massive shower of shards of glass that went at Mizzy Hole and they shredded her all over. Clawful. Let's do this, Elec Man. Elec Man. You got it. Elec Man fired a massive blast of lightning and Clawful fired a blast of energy. Clawful and Elec Man. Lightning Lobster Electrocution. The blasts combined and turned into a big red lobster made of pure electricity, and it snapped on Mizzy Hola's leg and she screamed in excruciating pain as she was electrocuted. Lola, this is for putting that collar on me. Firestorm Beauty Phoenix. Lola fired a massive blast of fire and it turned into a massive phoenix and it hit Mizzy Hole and exploded. Crab. Harold Hutchins. Let's do this. Smell your own farts. Harold Hutchins fired a green energy ray and Mizzy Hole released a massive explosion of explosive diarrhea that propelled her high into the sky and she fell from 5,000 feet into the air and she crashed into the ground. Crash. Everyone? Oh. Me. That's gonna leave a mark. Chloe reverted back. Chloe Bolton. While covering her topless chest. Well, that's what you get. You command a mummy army and you get turned into a mummy. Maria. Well said, Chloe. Me. Talk about ironic. We got her up and she was arrested. For her crimes, she was condemned to suffer the Hamdai curse. We cursed her and buried her in a coffin in the Antarctica prison next to the evil Sasuke that Vince and Naruto buried. Back at the festival we were having an awesome time. Nico caught a Cinchino and a Gothitelle during the battle. Eddie, Luan, and Lainey were dancing with the flower card to awesome music. Eddie, wow. You weren't kidding, JD. She is an awesome dancer. Luan, she sure is. Nico, I'll say. Lola danced with her next. Lola, to the viewers, I will never have a teacher like Mizzy Hole. Me, none of us will. But we had an awesome time. Me, Lainey, I hope we didn't ruin the French festival for you. Lainey, no you didn't, JD. This was the best day ever for me. Me, I'm glad. We had an awesome time and we went back home. We had some really good showers. The end. Asterisk. Another chapter complete and the second Captain Underpants villain brought to justice. Mizzy Hole on Captain Underpants on Netflix was an awesome bad guy as a mummy of pure toilet paper. That's one of the oldest Halloween costumes in the book, going as a mummy wrapped in toilet paper. But it's a waste of good toilet paper. I got the idea for the minions made of raw sewage and mummies of toilet paper from the codename K&D game and it was funny. Nico-chan 11 gave me the ideas for this one. Thanks man as usual. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.